Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video, and in this one we'll be taking a quick look at a simple app that I'm going to use and which we'll use to generate random numbers and kind of make a small game out of it. So before we get started, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the thumbs up so that I'll know that everything's going just fine and you guys like what I'm doing. Let's get into it. Start by opening up Xcode and let's create a new Xcode project. Single view application, and I'm going to call this random. Randomly I'm going to call it that. I'm going to save it right in the desktop, put it up in full screen. So the main storyboard is honestly going to be very normal. It's not going to be a full-blown, beautiful looking storyboard. Very straightforward one. So we're going to just take a text field. So let's take a text field. I don't even know what's their load in that. I don't know what to say. Type in your guess. So if you're wondering what app we're going to make, it's basically like the computer is going to generate some random number that's going to be less than 1000, and then we're going to kind of guess that number. So let's see how it goes. And then we'll take a button, and then we'll just put it right here. And what this button will say is guess. And then finally we'll have a label, and it's going to be right here, and all that this label is going to do is that I'll tell you if you guessed right. So that's basically what this label will do. It'll tell us whether we guessed it right or we guessed it wrong. Actually, it's going to give us one more information, and that is whether the guess was too high or lower or perfect. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can do it. So I'm just going to drag this in. I'm going to call this text field. I'm going to call this user guessed. I'm going to make the type as my button, hit connect, and then finally I'll drag this label in, and I'll just call it label. So all our outlets have been created. Let's work on the code. So just quickly run the application and let's see if it is working fine. Wait, it's doing on an iPhone SE. Of course I want an iPhone 11 Pro Max. Thank you. I have so many applications open, just close them. Let it launch and we'll work on this. So first we're going to create some variables. So let's say var com num, that's going to be an integer, it's going to be 0, and then we'll say var user guess, that's also an int, it's going to be equal to 0. Let's see, we have nothing showing up here and I do not know why. Oh, there we go. So yeah, that works fine. So these are some two variables we're going to use. Okay, so when the view loads, well, what we're going to do is we're going to say conf num is equal to int dot random. Now we're going to give a range here. And when we give a range, we can do it like this. For example, 1 to 1000 would be like this, and that would be a range. This is one method to do it. Another way is to use UI uints, so that's going to be like this. So conf num is equal to an integer of arc for random, and we can use uint 32, and then we can give like, what do we have here? honestly care, we can just give like 1000, and here we just subtract 1 from the result, from the resulting number. So this is another way to, get a random number. The reason we're going to do this is because of the index start plus 1. Yeah, because the index starts at 0. So I'm just going to go with this method because it's just a lot more straightforward and easy to use. So an integer from 1 to 1000. Alright, so that's basically all our setup. And now when the user guesses, we're going to say God let user oh my god, user guess is equal to the integer of our text field text. I believe we don't need to do that. Let's see. You know what, let's just do this. User guess is equal to int of text field dot text. Use the force and wrap there, easy way around of stuff. Now of course, if you're going to make a productive app, you want to be able to check whether it's a proper integer and then go ahead and do all these kind of things, which we're going to proceed. But for now, I guess this is fine. So we're going to check if the user guess is greater than the comp number. If that is the case, the labels text is going to be changed to too high. Right? So if that is not the case, we're going to do else if user guess is lesser than the comp num, and if that is the case, the labels text is going to be too low. And else, there's actually only one more possibility, and that is that we got the answer right. So label.text is equal to you got it, like that. So let's go ahead and run this app and see if it works the way we want it to work. Let's type 2, too low. Let's type 500. Still says too low. Let's type 1000. Let's type 600. I'm going to actually try to guess this number. Could it be? Yay, so we got it. It was 519. As you can see, that is a random number and we got it. So now let's add a bit more functionality to this app because this really is kind of boring. So let's go back to our storyboard, and then let's add in a label, and we're going to say attempts, and let's drag in another label, and this is going to be, we're going to have 20 attempts to kind of guess the number. So let's again center the text so that it looks slightly better. Okay, so let's again minimize this, and let's take let's take our view controller here, and then we'll just drag this label in. This will be our chances, so just like that. So here again, we'll save our attempts remaining. It's going to be an int, and it's going to be equivalent to 20 when we begin. Okay, cool. So let me actually just get rid of this text, Okay, so each time this is pressed, what we're going to do is we're going to do attempts remaining minus equals 1. We're going to subtract 1 every time. Now what we're going to do in each of these cases, if it was one of these, right, here we're going to do a quick check. We're going to check if our attempts remaining is equal to 0. If it is indeed equal to 0, it will not say too high. What it will say is you lost. Else, this is what's going to happen. So let's actually implement the same logic right here. Now if this is the case, we don't really care because the user won. So, ooh, that's not good. I think that should fix all our errors. Yeah, perfect. Now this really doesn't make any sense because what I'm going to do now is we need to say our attempts, I believe is what I call it. They call it chances. Chances, our text is going to be a string of our attempts remaining, like that. So now let's go ahead and run this again. And now each time we guess, we're gonna get lesser and lesser chances. So we have 20 attempts now. Now let's say 12. As you can see, we have 19 now. I'm just gonna guess some random numbers like this. So as you can see, we lost the game. So let's run this again. As you can see, we have no restart feature. So now let's actually try to guess the... You know what, actually I think 20 attempts is too much. Let's bring it down to probably 10. I think that's slightly better. Okay. Okay, that's probably because I need to do this. Oops. Is that right here? Now it's going to be fine. Now, instead of having it as a hard-coded text, I'm just making it dynamic. Slightly better there. So let's try 500. It's too high. Let's try. Oops, that's too much actually. 400. That is still too high. 300. Too low. Okay, let's try 350. Too high. Let's try 240. Still too high. 330. Too low. 335. Too high. 333. Too high. 331. Too low. That has to be the right answer. Like, this is like literally my last attempt. That was like awesome. Like, wow. I honestly did not expect this, and like exactly in the last attempt we got it. Very fun actually, honestly, but there is no way to actually restart the game. And also it's kind of annoying, we can't get rid of the text field because it's the simulator. We can hit command K and it'll go, but on a real device that's going to be a problem. So all we're going to do is we're going to say touches began. We're going to say super dot touches began. Just give our touches in here and the event. And once that's done, all we need to do is say self dot view dot end editing, and we're going to just force this to end all editing. It's just going to basically overwrite every other statement no matter what happens. It's a force on the system. So let's just bring up the keyboard. So as you can see, we can dismiss it like that. Very handy. I really like this quick thing we can do. Okay, so let's move on. Let's add in a button that's going to help us restart the game. Let's just put a capital R so that it looks slightly more elegant. Like that. Not even trying to get a good user interface actually. If you're making this like a big app, you probably should. We get a view controller up. So I'm actually going to make a little bit more with this. I'm going to add this as an outlet. Actually, I'm going to call this restart button, and then we're going to also add a function. So call this restart like that. Oh, I misspelled it. My bad. Just forget it. Act as if that never happened. Okay, so what's going to happen when immediately the game starts is that we're not going to be able to restart because they can just keep clicking restart every time they come to one attempt. Then there's no fun in the game where you can come to the end and you're going to miss, just hit restart. So we're going to say dot is hidden is equal to true. So this is going to be hidden in the beginning. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually enable this button only when the user either loses or wins. Basically, when the game ends, we're going to enable this button. Actually, we need to change this to false, and then false here and false here. Now here in this restart section, all we're going to do is we're going to reset everything. So again, our restart button dot is hidden is equal to true. We can also say sender because sender is basically our button itself. But since it's an any object here, we're going to have to convert it to a button. But I think in this case we can actually wait. If this was any object, then probably would be fine. We'll get into the nitty-gritties later. So once that is done, we need to basically just set everything back to the start. So comp, now I'm going to again give it some random number from 1 to 1,000. So it's going to generate some random number, and then we're going to just do all this again, set it back to usual. So everything is now, I believe, back to normal almost. So we just need to give as you can see, we're having to change the value of attempts remaining every time. So there's a slightly more convenient method, and we'll get into that later and not now. So we're just going to copy this, paste it right here. We're going to set it back to 0. And what else do we need to change? Oh, also, if you notice, every time we click guess, this is not clearing out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add that facility in here. So text field dot, oh, we're not going to do this now because we're actually getting that data right here. So we'll do this in the end. Text field dot text is nil. So I mean not nil, an empty string. Put it right here, and we need to change it back to this. So our label dot text is also going to be equal to what was it? I'll tell you if you guessed right. I'll tell you if you guessed right. So now everything works the way we are expecting it to work now. I think this app is good to go. Let's just see that everything's fine. Yeah. So let's, as you can see, the restart button is not available. Let's guess 500. It's too low. And as you can see, this is now gone. So 500 was too low. Let's try 800. Okay, 800 is too high. So middle of this, let's probably try 700. Still too high, let's try 600. Too low, let's try 650. Still too low, let's try 640. Still too low, 630. Too low, 620. Too low. Okay, so I don't think I'll be able to get this. So let's try 610. Okay, 610 is too low. Now there's like a 10% chance I can make a correct guess. Let's go with 603. Okay, so as you can see, I've lost the game, and now this restart button is now enabled. I can hit it, and everything is now back to normal, and I can continue playing and guessing. I'm gonna do this once more. It's really fun. You know what? I'll do it later. So yeah, that's it for this application. I'll make sure to kind of have this completed project in the description below. So I hope you guys learned something in this video, and if you enjoyed it, please let me know by hitting that subscribe button and clicking the like, and comment down below anything you want to know that I should make a video about, or you want to know something or anything like that. And if I know, then I'll try to make a video as soon as possible, because now I'm literally stuck at home. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.